it's Izzy here from Izzy Sandpit TV. Thanks again for tuning in for another episode of Chats with Izzy. I hope you're enjoying the content, and if you do, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and the little bell so you get all the notifications when I release any new content. Today, I've got Scotty Perry from the band Slackrr. They've just announced the release of their new album, A Place That Feels Like Home, and to date, they've played over 350 gigs. Today with Scotty, I chat about all sorts. Coco Pops, their influences in music, and also a time that they saw Rick Astley singing A Highway to Hell by AC/DC at the Isle of Wight Festival. I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Izzy Sandpit, my channel here on YouTube. Today, I have got the lead singer and guitarist, Scotty from Slackrr. Hello, Scotty.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm really good. How are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for joining me today. I'm a bit gutted that Joe and Kate couldn't come, but because I'd like to get you all on, but they're off doing family stuff, I believe. So.
Yeah. We've had a couple of days off tour, and we've just not been around to see family and stuff. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking time out of your day to come and.
No, my pleasure.
So tell me about Slackrr. Started in 2018, and you've never really looked back, have you?
No, it was crazy. Yeah, it's been a ride, to say the least. Just feel very blessed and just thankful that we've been able to do all the stuff we've done. 2018 released our first single, and BBC Introducing picked up and played it, and everything just kind of went a bit full on from there with shows and touring and all of that sort of stuff. It's been amazing, and just really sort of grateful for it. It's kind of snowballed and kept going. So we just sort of said yes to every opportunity and are permanently tired.
Yeah, it's all right. I told you, once you get to my age, you're permanently tired and you're only sat in the house. It's really weird. You want to sleep and you're like, I can't sleep. In the middle of the day when you're trying to work, you're like, oh, I can sleep. It's killer. So enjoy it while you've got the young, exuberant energy. You know,
we will.
So, you've just signed a record deal, which you must be absolutely buzzing about. I thanked you on your Instagram page, and I was really pleased for you. So, what was that like? I take it had been probably in the pipeline, so you knew about it a bit, and then you've had to hold it in, you know. But you must be dead happy.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you are the first interview that we've had time to do since announcing the signing. So yeah, we knew about it, but it was on the cards for a while. We've been in talks with our management as well. I've been getting this, in front of people, and it was contracts that took forever with lawyers. Just lawyers are lawyers, they just take forever.
You do.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was months before that, because there were a few things that needed changing. A few terms, we're like just agreeing, negotiating on stuff. They were really, really cool about everything. It was holding it in was kind of like, okay, it's done. Okay, we're going to announce, and then literally everything's gone crazy again since we announced it last Friday, I think it was.
Friday, yeah. You did the album naming thing, which was hilarious. I'm not telling you the names of the albums that were suggested.
We did that. We did that. The first round of that we did in April last year, because that's basically how long we knew that we were going to be doing, potentially working with the label, and we're just all right. We'll do this. We'll do that. This will be fun. And then literally, I mean, COVID's pushed everything back to half the problem. So we're just like, oh, you know what? Let's just do it again. And just there was too many funny names on the first one. Let's see if anyone else has got any newer, funnier ideas. So we did that, and we were actually coming back on the boat from the Isle of Wight. We just played there when we read them all out. and I'd been privy to seeing the names before that, and I knew there's some real good, like just gold on there, comedy gold. Just reading them to the other two, and then we're all kind of dead because it'd been a really long day, and it's just like it kind of brought our spirits up, to be honest. Like,
yeah, it will do.
Some of them are really funny.
I still think what I was going to suggest, and then I never managed to type it in time. I think you should call the album "My Mum Thinks I Look Great on TV," because now you've got a record deal. People are going to want to interview you and chat to you, so you should call it that.
yeah. I mean, there's a couple of them. I was just like, I can't believe somebody's come up with this.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I know. Some of them were probably done just to stir a little bit of a reaction, but that's fine. That's fine. So
I hope so. I hope. Oh, it was the Backstreet Boys one. There's like this guy literally it was amazing. Yeah, what did he put? Slack Street's Back, which is really good. I like that. I Want It Slackway made me laugh. Oh yeah, there's a few of them. I was just like, I don't believe this. This is great. I was just like, you know what, our fans are actually funny. This is cool.
You know, it is indicative of the pop punk scene, you know. So they're funny guys, and it's good that you can have that connection with your fans, because it's really important to try and build a personal connection. There's a couple of other bands that have started to really, like, on Facebook especially, have really started to try and converse with their fans, and they're getting tagged in these, you know, tag a band in and see if they reply. And
yeah,
I've done it for a couple of bands that I loved over the years, and they don't reply, and you're a bit like, oh. And you see all these other bands. So when they do get involved, I think it's good advertising, you know, for yourself to push, because social media is bringing that gap between your artists and your famous people is closing, and you feel like you know them a lot more. So that is good. So I'm glad, that's a really good thing, and I'm glad I
think it's important, because I mean, these, you know, without, you know, people who like what you're doing, you can't do it. You're playing to your mum.
Yeah.
Like, well, the thing is, it's like we've done so much touring, and we're not the type of band that goes to the green room and sits in the green room. We will, you know, hang out the merch desk, and we watch the other bands, we will just, you know, hang out and be there. So you do get to know the people who are coming to your shows, and, you know, you get a rapport with them. And I think it's really important. Like,
absolutely.
You know, music is about bringing people together. They're not supposed to be.
It really is. It really is. It absolutely is. So going on to touring, I've never seen in I'd say about 20 years of really following music, I've never seen a band tour as much as you guys. You work tirelessly. I think you must have had about 3 tours in the past 6 months. It feels like that. You're always, I know that COVID would have set it back a bit. So I'm glad that you've come out the other side of that. But you seem to have toured a lot. And whenever you've had the chance, you've just gone with it. You've just gone, let's tour and let's do it. So you got another batch of dates through February and March. You must be excited about them again, to get back out on the road.
No, it's horrific. Absolutely horrific. Yeah, I mean, like, people say, oh, you've got this tour coming up, because basically we just released dates in like 2-month blocks. We haven't really, apart from with COVID, we haven't been off of the road since 2018. Because this Friday will be our 350th show since 2018.
Wow. I don't think I've done that. I don't think I've been to that. No, I've just not done. I've eaten that many hot meals probably, but that's about it.
But yeah, I mean, you know, with COVID happening, we still did the socially distanced shows when we could.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we still, you know, for us, it's like, it's an important, like, we just think it's important for us to be out and playing the live show, because then we get to interact with people.
Absolutely.
And, you know, like we were saying a minute ago, you know, I think it's important to be able to, you know, interact with the people who care about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I don't think, you know, playing live is like, I mean, when me and Kate were kids, we would sneak into shows. Like, you know, like, because obviously there's like caps of like 14 plus. It's just like, oh shit, I'm only 12. I want to go into, you know, because we were into music real young. Yeah, we just sneak into shows, and you know, that's the fun part. I always thought, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's just coming back on the internet, but
yeah,
but like the live experience and the kind of like the communal experience of being there with people, like that was the thing I missed the most about like COVID and lockdowns. We'd made so many friends through touring.
That's nice. That is nice. And you make friends with other bands as well, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I always knew for those good few years, and you hope it keeps going on. Yeah. So like up until 2020, March 2020, I always knew that I was going to see like these people like in the next month or 2 months or something like that, and we get to hang out and be able to like chat about what hey, what's new with you and stuff like that. And then when that stopped, that was the part I missed the most, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to see any of these people like ever again.
I know that is a crazy thing.
And you really can't. We all feel the same way. But personally, just like a lot of people, just like, well, these are our friends now.
Yeah.
As well as like especially like even the promoters and the sound engineers and the bar staff at some of the venues and stuff. You just see them so regularly that you just like, oh hey, how's it going? Like, oh, you're back. It's like, yes, sorry.
Yes, you're making noise again. No, it's us again. Yeah. No, it's really good. It is really good that you've built that rapport with the fans. You've got that connection with the venues, and you love what you're doing. I watched a load of videos today of you guys playing playing gigs. I watched the one that was in like the studio. Really good, So I think you show you enjoy what you do, and it's COVID has obviously disrupted a lot of that. But I'm really glad it's on its way back, and hopefully we're through the tail end of it now. Fingers crossed it's getting better. So let's come on to the album. So you've released one album before, and now you've got a new one coming up. So tell me about the new album. When's that coming out?
Well, officially, we released an EP in, I think it was early 2019, because our first manager was just like, you guys are doing all these shows, but you don't have any physicals. I was like, do people buy physicals anymore? Apparently they do, which is amazing, which is great.
Yeah, I still buy albums that I like.
Yeah, this is an interesting point, because our management are American, and obviously our label Lost Music Collective, which is run by Vinny from Less Than Jake. Who yeah, man. I mean, who doesn't? And and obviously he was Fueled by Ramen was his thing as well. So I mean, like Paramore, Fall Out Boy, Jimmy Well, etc. The list of great.
The list is that long and distinguished. It's amazing.
It's incredible. And when we were speaking to them, they were just asking about, I just said, oh yeah, and we'll get the physicals done for the next album. They're just like, does anyone buy physicals? I was like, yeah, like in the UK, like people still do, and I think it's great. Like people buy vinyl, people buy CDs still.
Definitely. Yeah,
vinyl is hard to get hold of at the minute.
There's a massive whole material in the world.
Yeah. But people still buy CDs just to have something from the show, like as a memento of the occasion, sort of thing.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I went to a gig and didn't buy something. Anything. Just to even if it was a poster. And I've got a lot of stuff that I don't actually do anything with, and a lot of CDs that I've never actually taken out the wrapper or the packet.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I used to love doing when I was a lot younger is going and buying my CD and opening up the artwork and having a look through. And an album that always stuck in my head it's a bit different off genre, but The Darkness, One Way Ticket to Hell and Back. And it's got like this train with the flame, and there's like a ghost coming out of the chimney of this diesel train. And when you open up the poster, you can see it all. So the front of the artwork is quite, but when you got the full size, you see it all in its glory. And it was great. I mean, it was just one of my favorite albums anyway.
It's really funny you mentioning The Darkness, because we're doing the Hard Rock Hell. We're doing Hard Rock Hell's 15th anniversary, and the Darkness are headlining that.
That'd be great.
And because of that, I was just like, oh, okay, because Justin Hawkins has now got a channel on YouTube, hasn't he?
He does. Justin Hawkins Rides Again, and he does this.
It's great. You watched it? I was watching it last night. Like literally, we got back.
And it's like, yes, amazing.
So I was watching that, and it's really cool. Like some of the stuff he talks about, it's very insightful. I think
it is, and this is designed again to be a little bit different to what Justin Hawkins was doing. I never really wanted to do what Justin Hawkins was doing. So, but I like the way he does short things, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All of mine.
Some of it's slightly controversial as well. But
absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't say some of the stuff but people talk about The Darkness as being a bit of a novelty band, but you're not a novelty. I was saying this again to Lucy from Square Wild, who was my last chat. I was saying to her that you can't be a novelty band if you've been around for 20 years. You're not a novelty anymore. You're an established music. You're an established music artist. They've had.
Well, you'd hope so at that point, yeah. I mean, the chart success that The Darkness had, you'd assume that it was
exactly. So it speaks for themselves, absolutely. So
my dad really likes them.
Oh, I think they're great. I've seen them. I said 8, and then I swapped to 11. I don't even know how many times I've seen them. I've seen them on every album tour, plus festivals, plus some support stuff. So, and I've seen them before they made it as well. Before they got signed by Atlantic, I saw them once. It's just amazing, and the early stuff is great. So okay, so you're obviously very pop punk. Who is the band's main influences? Who do you, if you could be on a bill with 3 bands,
somebody asked me this question last night. This is horrible.
You don't have to answer that question directly. Just who are your main influences? Who do you?
Well, the thing is, the other 2 aren't here to speak for themselves because we're all into the same stuff. We'd have a different answer. And I just realised by going off on that Darkness tangent, I managed to avoid the question about the album as well. It's coming soon. There's going to be an announcement.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, I did. We did go off. That was my fault. I do this all the time.
It's probably me.
It's great. So it's not designed to be all rigid and stuff. So I go off on tangents. So sorry. Tell me when the album. When's the album out then? Let's box
it's going to be announced very soon. Is all I can say. So keep an eye on the page.
Oh, you froze.
It will be announced very soon, and we're really excited for it to finally be released.
Excellent.
Because we've been sat on it for a year because of COVID and stuff. So
we've had to sit on good content.
We've released the singles. We've done music videos for every single one. There will be a single coming out with it, which has a music video as well, but that's about a minute. Because the machine, as it were, basically has got plans for when things should be announced and said now. So we can't do this anymore. We can't turn around and just be like, hey, we're just going to announce this now.
No, and you know what, you want to do it because they know what they're doing, and I'm sure that the record label knows exactly that, and you're going to get pushed, and they'll have publishing, and this will propel you. This will really get you some proper advertising as well. So trust the machine, and so moving on.
Oh yeah.
We'll do the influences question now. So who are your influences? Who are the main band influences?
There's loads, and I know the other guys' ones. Funny enough, I was in. We went. Me and Kate last night, we were just hanging out at a venue down there our way, and it's really nice because there's a lot of people that know us who are coming up and sort of congratulating us on signing to Lost Music, and then all of a sudden this guy, it's great, but he was quite drunk. Suddenly I felt like I was being interviewed because he was asking me all these questions, and one of them was like, if you would play on a stage with blah 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 blah, who would it be? Who would open before you? Who would be on after you? I was just like, man, I don't even know right now. It kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, influences. I mean, we do draw influence from a lot of different stuff. To be honest, anything from. Let's start with the obvious stuff. So, like the pop punk stuff, we like. And this isn't the sort of all-inclusive list. This is the ones that I can remember off the top of my head, because you'll say it. It's easy for you to say a band and I go like, no, I don't like them.
Yeah,
because I like
pick out the ones you don't like.
I've never been one of these people that like is fixated on one band.
No.
Like, and I think that's cool. If you're really into a band, like, and I'd love it if somebody was like that with us. But like, people are just like, oh, this one band and nothing this band can do is ever wrong. I've always been more like, I like a band for a bunch of their songs, and then maybe I'm not, and I kind of like, I like good songs bands more than anything. So it's like, I don't know, it sounds a bit touristy, doesn't it? But a good song is a good song at the end.
Yeah.
But I suppose the main ones that we kind of cite a lot of the time would be, if we start from slightly older to newer, would be like Jimmy Eat World, Fall Out Boy, Taking Back Sunday, Newfound Glory, and then coming forward a bit more, it's like we like bands like Knuckle Puck, really into that. Title Fight is one that I showed Joe Title Fight, and he's really into them now. Joe likes Basement and Pup. Kate likes a bit of All Time Low, and Can't Swim, Hot Water Music. And then we've got other things, like we quite like some of the hardcore. We like hardcore stuff as well. So it's like, I like Knocked Loose. I think that stuff's sick. Nirvana, because it's a classic, and we do like that side of stuff. Come Back Kid, new album out, amazing.
Right, okay. So I got Dropkick Murphys, that sort of the harder, Rise Against, sort of more heavy.
I think Joe likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we like a variety of it. Like I really like. I mean, the thing is, I've got guilty pleasures of loads of 80s pop songs as well, and I love the Beatles.
Bit of Rick Astley.
But like sort of, I mean, Rick Astley. Funny enough, the first time we played the Isle of Wight Festival, he was there, and I swear he was in everybody's set. He literally turned up on stage with everybody.
Did he turn up?
I'm not even kidding. No, he didn't. He didn't get the memo.
That would have been awesome. Could have done like a breakdown of Never Gonna Give You Up,
It was, but this is another thing. He was there because we walked past. They've got this thing called the pronounce this right. I think it's the Moot Cider Tent, and they have a thing called Bandioki.
Other ciders are available.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Other
Sorry.
ciders are available.
And so they've got a cider tent.
Yeah.
Edit that. They've got a cider tent at the festival, right?
Yeah.
And they've got Bandioki in there. So it's a band playing whatever song that you want.
Yeah.
And we're walking past, and I hear Highway to Hell happening, and we're just walking to the main arena, and I was just like, this fucker in here sounds like Rick Astley, and I didn't realize everyone was piled in there. I looked over, I was like, that's because it fucking is Rick Astley.
Rick Astley giving it Highway to Hell. Have you seen this cover of Slipknot, Duality?
No, I haven't.
He's done a cover of Slipknot's Duality on YouTube, and it is just insane. It's brilliant. So to one band that when I was my fiance likes all the emo and pop punk scene, and so that's what she grew up on. She said that you sound like Cute without the E. So I thought,
okay, we'll take that. That's nice.
I think that's a great little reference. I was like, they'll take that, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, we love Taking Back Sunday. There's a few other bands like Motion City Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Even the newer bands we like as well. Like what else have we had? Neck Deep done some fucking very cool stuff. I wouldn't say it was like a main influence, but like in the grand sort of scheme of things, like you just appreciate what they've done. Obviously, there's a Story So Far. I mean, on that newer wave of stuff, we're kind of like Knuckle Puck guys and gals more than anything.
I've never heard of this Knuckle Puck. I'll have to look at these.
I think the thing is with it is the thing that surprises a lot of people is we're more. I think that, I mean, this is the thing with our touring ethic is the DIY, like hardcore punk scene. We're fascinated by it. Sort of, do you know what I mean? It's like the bands from that. I mean, there's like who else is really cool that I saw at the Joiners? Higher Power from the UK are really fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, I used to like house shows. We used to go to house shows, which were like just crazy fun.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
And yeah, so it's like when we're listening to like sort of the like I said, depends what mood I'm in. It's like I really like pop music, but also really quite like hardcore and stuff. So it's kind of somewhere in between. And then so the bands, Knuckle Puck are kind of coming from. I feel the other two would agree.
Tell you a Knuckle Puck.
They've kind of got that edge to it, sort of thing. That you're like, oh, okay, I see where you've got some of these influences. Start with.
I get that.
If you're gonna listen to Knuckle Puck, start with No Good and then go from there.
No Good, right? Okay, I'll be straight on.
Yeah.
When I go out later, I'll pop it on. I'll pop it on in the car. So
it's kind of, I think it's the big one that everyone got into to start with, and then the rest of this is really cool. Yeah, there's loads of influences, loads of stuff.
So again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pen you in with this. Now you've gone down that channel.
Oh no.
No, don't worry. Who, as you were growing up, who were your influences? Yeah. Who were the musicians that inspired you to be a musician? And you don't have to pick a name, or even just give me some collective bands or some collective singers, or give me a genre.
I got, like, for me, I got really into the guitar, like really into it. Like, I also do, I do some teaching when we're not on tour and stuff.
Okay. That's cool.
Not you know, not loads, but like, because time is a thing.
Yeah.
And then but I just got into like guitar heroes, like Eddie Van Halen was like, I just like, because my dad used to listen to me. Yeah, done that. Yeah.
Oh, great. Right, now we go. I've got 4 guitars, man. I can play, but I'm not as good as you.
That's the thing with music. I'm not that good. It's like, you only play to enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It's not about. It's not a sport at the end of the day. It's just music.
Sport. No, it isn't. Well, if it was a sport, I'd be pushing Northwest counties. I certainly wouldn't be anywhere near the Premier League anyway. So I'll take that. I was more of a singer anyway. I was always a singer in my bands, and I picked up guitar under 4 years ago now, and I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm starting to play some Coheed and Cambria, so I'm getting there. Yeah,
cool band as well. Yeah, like I mean, that's the thing with guitar. It's like with any instrument, play it for the enjoyment.
Yeah.
And if you only need to be as good as you want to be, really.
Yeah, like, absolutely. No.
So, but yeah, influences, like my dad was really like the whole thing. My dad was into like rock and punk and all sorts of stuff. And literally, it would just be, I'd be in the car with him, and whatever he was listening to, it's like he's got some Black Sabbath records. Loads of stuff. He's even got some Status Quo records, which he did quite like them. And then it was just like,
really.
Yeah, and I just really, for me, I just really liked the guitar, so I wanted to play the guitar, and I don't know why. Like, it's one of those things I just felt drawn to do it.
Yeah.
And so by the time I kind of got to school, and then was able to have lessons and stuff, then the guitar teachers, they were like, oh, check out Van Halen, check out. So then I got even more into guitar and stuff. And it was like, guitar music was just a thing for me.
That's awesome.
And then I used to hang out, this is where I used to hang around down the skate park and skate. So I used to play like guitar for a bunch of dudes who are like way older than I was, because I'd go at like 12, 13, 14 going to the skate park, and they're listening to all of this, pop punk and hardcore and some hip hop and that kind of stuff. And that's literally where I picked up a lot of the influences. Like, hey, like I like the energy of this stuff, but I also really like melody. Like, and I think that's what shaped it for me. I was just like, I need something that's got a bit of grit to it still, but there needs to be a melody that's catchy behind it. And that was kind of, I guess, when I started Slackrr, that was what I was hoping to do, and I still hope to do one day.
Yeah, I know by myself when I listen to what I used to is on the pop point is Sum 41, because into just because of that video of him coming out and going that is just a great video of the playing in the garden, and it's just awesome.
It's really funny because like when we talk to, because we get all ages come to our shows, right? And the guys who were like sort of coming of age when that video came out, they talk about it now, and like I think it's kind of cool that it's become like it's like a classic video now. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's in the realms of like, and people will hate me for saying this, but they say like Bohemian Rhapsody was a classic video, and it is, rightly so. But some of these videos are going into that category of becoming like legendary videos.
Well, they are, and because as well, music videos, it used to be that back when in the 90s, you did an album, you released that, and then you released a music video, and it got played on MTV. And if it went big on MTV, you almost became big in line with that video. And now because of the way that we're going in YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all the other streaming platforms, these almost like music videos aren't quite what they used to be. But I still love watching a great music video because I'm from that era where music videos were part of what I enjoyed. And you hit on Bohemian Rhapsody, Welcome to the Black Parade, My Chemical Romance, I'm Not Okay. Trust me, you just remember these weird things. Placebo.
It's classic videos now, isn't it?
That's it.
I don't mean classic like in a derogatory term.
No,
like,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's like they're
classic
up there with
time. It's classic. It's classic for its time. It's timeless.
Yeah,
it's timeless.
Yeah, timeless. This is great. Yeah,
you'll remember those videos because it's what you associate with what you loved about music. So
yeah,
almost that, and that's where the influence. When I talk about influences, my dad used to listen to UB40 in the car, T-Rex, Yes.
Yeah.
So all really sort of 70s bands that I wouldn't say I listen to loads anymore, but I still listen to loads of Yes, because Yes are amazing. Rush.
My dad really likes Yes as well, yeah.
And that's it. You tend to like what your parents liked as well. So Queen, Elton John for me, George Michael, all amazing. So no, so
the funny thing with my dad is he actually also likes like stuff like, because that's probably like 70s, just like it must have been, because he'll listen to stuff like that my nan likes from like the 50s. It's just like Buddy Holly and stuff like that, and it's like it's all great stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very eclectic taste that he's got, because like he'll even listen to like Pearl Jam. He loves Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I like Pearl Jam.
Right? Do you know what I mean? Really likes Pearl Jam. You know, and he will listen to you know, a lot, like he'll listen to pop stuff as well, but he'll listen to some of the like the more, you know, not so much the modern pop punk stuff, because he's just like, you know what, you guys are getting noisier and noisy. But some of the stuff like
oh, it's just noise.
Yeah, he's like, yes, you guys are getting noisier and noisier.
So yeah, I'm not expecting him to like to like any of the bands that are coming out at the moment, but you know, play him a bit of.
I can't imagine my dad listening to Periphery.
No, I can't. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with Periphery. It's a great band, but I just think it might be a bit too heavy for him.
Oh, what's that other band? They did a cover of Roundabout. Begins with A. Allegion. They did a cover of Roundabout, and it's like a shreddy version, and it's just, it blows my mind. It's really good. So talk about your favorite gig you've ever been to.
I've been to or played?
You can do both, because you're a musician. We'll do you both. So favorite gig you've been to. Start with what you've played, because that's what this is about. It's about.
I mean, the favorite one that I've been to was in recent times, and it still sticks. It was literally, funny enough, it was kind of the reason that I was just like, I'm going to start Slackrr. It was 2017, and I was in Southampton, and I went to a bunch of really cool ones around that time. It's really hard because I saw this great gig with Knuckle Puck and Tiny Moving Parts, but that wasn't the show that I'm talking about. I went to one, Real Friends, with a headliner. But the support acts were Microwave and Can't Swim.
Slim.
Yeah. And it was the first time I'd seen Can't Swim, and I was blown away by them. I thought they were great. Right. Yeah, Can't Swim, yeah. So I really enjoyed that gig, because it was a new band that I found that I'd not heard of, and I was just like, these guys are fucking great. And then, so that's probably, like in recent times, I'd say that's like, but I mean, we had great fun. Both times we've done the Isle of Wight Festival, just seeing some of the legend bands and stuff.
Absolutely. Just being on the bill, just seeing your name. Doesn't matter if it's in the small writing or the big logo writing. Just seeing your name there was amazing.
Well, I mean, it was more the bands that we got to go and see. I mean, I really enjoyed that. Probably favorite gig. It's a toss up between the Knuckle Puck and Tiny Moving Parts show and it was Real Friends were headlining, but don't get me wrong, I like Real Friends, but Can't Swim just kind of blew my mind that night, which I always think is kind of cool when you're just like, well, I already like the headliner, but I really like, I found something new to listen to.
Yes, absolutely. When I went to see when I would see Stone Gods, Dan Hawkins, the drummer, new bassist, and Richie Edwards, the guitar tech they went and did a tour. and the support band at Manchester was a band called Big Linda. Now, Jeff Holdroyd, who was the drummer in Big Linda, is now the drummer for Feeder. Now,
okay.
I went to see and I watched Big Linda, and they don't exist anymore. The singer went off to be a joiner. He left to be a musician to be a joiner, which is a great little fact. And I just remember watching them for about, and I was like, these are amazing. And I was actually listening to their album today. It gets put on like once every month, maybe. I just have a blast through Big Linda's album, I Loved You. And so I relate to that. You found a band that weren't who you were going to see. And you've gone, oh, these are great. These are amazing. And, you know, that's how I think we all discover bands. I think when you've got a really good support band as well, you know, we all know where you go to gigs and you pick a band where the management's picked them to make sure that they don't upstage the headliners. But it's great when you've got musicians that actually go, you know what, I don't care about us. I want to have a good support band so that the whole night's great, you know.
Yeah. That's you hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's you know, it is absolutely great when that happens, because the whole night's enjoyable. And the thing is, I always think if you've got a great support band, and then the crowd are gonna be in a really good mood anyway. Instead of standing there bored waiting. I mean, I think the only instance, and I think this is a Henry Rollins thing that he was talking about, it's like the worst support you can possibly be is support to Iron Maiden, because for that 45 minutes, you are the thing that's in the way of the fans seeing Iron Maiden.
Have you seen Iron Maiden live, Scotty?
I've not, no.
You've got to go and see them because they are amazing. Bruce Dickinson is just all of them. They're just guitar legends. And Yannick Gers is still running around the stage, and Bruce Dickinson, like they're in the 20s. It's just insane. It's insane. So much energy.
It's great though.
I love going to see Iron Maiden. Your favourite gig that you?
Our favourite gig. I mean, in 2019 we headlined a stage at the Isle of Wight Festival.
Right. Okay.
Which was huge for us. We released our debut album on that day as well, and 2021, because they moved the festival to September, we played in the main arena, which was also just an incredible experience. So they've got to be up there for that. Favorite show, apart from, I mean, because those are like big ones, are always going to like stick in your memory. But there's to be honest, that Northwich show is really, really cool. I mean, people really went off on that one, and there's been so many cool shows. Like everyone's a different experience.
Yeah, no, that's great. You should be enjoying all the gigs at this point. To be fair, you should be. I think
we've enjoyed it from the start. Like even when we first started out, and we were playing to like the other bands and maybe like 10 people. I mean, I remember the first time we went to London in 2018, and I think we played to 2 people and the sound guy, but those 2 people enjoyed it, bought merch, and we're just like, we've never heard of you guys, but we're you're great. And I was just like, thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's gone from that to playing. We had some great shows at the later part. Well, the whole of last year was really, really good. People just turning up, like coming out and wanted to see us again.
Music, really nice. It was probably great that you guys turned up and put on a killer show, which is what that's about. So
yeah, I mean, we went out with the Barstool Preachers at the end of last year for a couple of shows with them, and they were really good fun as well. Really nice guys. There's a bunch of really cool bands that we get, But I'm going off on a tangent here. Yeah,
I know.
We'll just say the Isle of Wight Festival, because the other, like, every show is different, and I just love every single one that we do.
So, in terms of when you tour, do you have a little van? Do you have a trusty little van that you all pile into? Is there any hotel luxuries? Do you get to stay in a nice hotel every so often, Scotty, or is it?
It's not a nice hotel. We stay in travel lodges. But, I mean,
when I wrote that question, I thought he's going to say travel lodge here. Hey, travel lodge. Yeah. They do a meme.
Yeah, travel lodges are fine. Like, when we first started out, we'd like kind of, we'd try and crash on people's floors if we could, and then we did Airbnbs for a bit. And then things got better, so we could stay in travel lodges, which is nice. And really, we just, we need just a bed and like, a hotel is a hotel at the end of the day. We're not in there long enough to worry about if it's 5-star. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. What we travel around in, we started off we killed the first day. I mean, we fucking
You killed
killed
your
it.
first van. Was it even a thing?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like the thing is we don't even use vans. We used Citroen C4s.
Oh.
So we because there's only 3 of us, and those things are really spacious and roomy, so you can sit comfortably. So the first one was a 5-seater, and the gearbox, the 5th gear, fell out as we were recording the second album. Like literally, just like I went into 5th, and it just boom. I was like, okay, there's no. It's in because we recorded in the in that sort of interim part between the second lockdown, first and second lockdown. We had to take, I think we had to take November off. We couldn't do anything then because they'd locked us down properly. Obviously, the second one, it's just like, Jesus, it's taken long. No. Started at like the very end of August and then finished in the December, and did some shows in between. So then went out and got a new one. So we got the 7-seater this time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, C4.
You have a tour car. I like it.
Basically, yeah, just a great big people carrier, and just the MPV, and yeah, it fits everything in. We can sit comfortably in there, and you don't, when you go into congestion zones like London and things like that, you don't have to pay.
Look at this. Rates. Smart. Well, I'm a northerner, so I don't like congestion zones and any of that kind of thing.
Well, that's happening in Manchester, isn't it? We saw that's coming in May. Well, yeah, and Bradford as well.
Yeah, it's going to be all over, over here. The traffic.
Portsmouth down near us, because we're like Southampton. Portsmouth, just right, they're doing it there. I should imagine they're going to do it to Southampton as well. But yeah, they're doing it. So we were just like, well, because they've just expanded in London, the ultra low emission zone area. So you just can't go anywhere without. No. And we're just like, well, it's like £100 or something for a van versus like £12.50 for what they consider to be a car. I was like, well, if we get the biggest thing that can be considered a car still, and for ferries over to the Isle of Wight as well, and stuff like that, and for European jaunts and stuff, you don't have to pay for van, and we can get all the stuff in there. So it's
right. On to the fun question section. I'm trying
to avoid this because I'm not going to get invited back.
You will. I reckon you will. So the first one. Me being a northerner, I've got to ask the question is, do you have gravy or curry on chips?
Preference or what you're supposed to
have? Preference.
See, I like both, but it's winter at the moment, so I'm more inclined to say gravy at the minute.
Oh, yes. What a guy. And, there's this myth that the southerners don't have any gravy on their chips, so,
That's not true. I love gravy on my chips.
Oh,
I'm happy. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of them have curry sauce, but like, I've got friends who
like both. Half rice, half chips curry sauce is one of my favorites.
Nice.
It is nice.
It's just after lunchtime here, so I'm feeling some.
There you go.
Chips
after this guy, half rice, half chips curry sauce.
I'm going to the chippy after this. That's how I'm going to spend my day off. I'm going to go to the chippy after this.
Yeah. Rock and roll. It's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
So, next question is, Coco Pops or Rice Krispies?
Ooh. Are you allowed? This is going to sound, isn't it? Are you allowed to put sugar on the Rice Krispies?
Yes, I put sugar on my Rice Krispies.
Oh, I think it's Rice Krispies for me then.
I love Rice Krispies. I like Coco Pops, but I'm more of a Rice Krispie fan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got to say, I am the same. Yeah, like Rice Krispies with a bit of sugar on them, I think is the one.
Awesome. The next one is, you're having 4 people over for a dinner party, dead or alive, who are you having?
Well, I'm not inviting Joe or Kate because I didn't turn up today. Dead or alive? I love questions like this. We don't get asked these that often. I think I'd have Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, good choice.
I just think that'd be really interesting. John F. Kennedy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I think that would. I think that would be. Do you know what I mean? That would be a great conversation.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Who else would I have? I mean, I tell you who I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have Tom DeLonge because he's clearly nuts, right? But I might have him for just for the fun aspect of it. Someone was telling me about.
We're putting Tom DeLonge in now just because you didn't want him originally. He's gate crashed.
In fact, he's got the third person on the way. He's kidnapped the third person, and he's now there uninvited. He's sat at the table.
Yeah,
he's got his
something to do with aliens. Right? Well, someone was telling me about the Joe Rogan thing. They were just like, don't watch it. This guy's like, I was like,
no.
Actually, no. Yeah, let's have Tom DeLonge there, because that's going to be interesting. Because I imagine him and Kurt Cobain are like either going to see eye to eye.
And JFK will be sat there going, "What's going on here?"
JFK will be denying all knowledge of the aliens.
Kurt Cobain probably won't care about the aliens. Tom DeLonge will be thinking there's aliens, and JFK will be denying aliens.
He'll be trying to hide it.
Yeah, and the fourth person.
Yeah, it's going to sound really cliche, but because I quite like history and stuff. I just think Gandhi would be interesting to have.
Oh wow! So I've got this vision of we'll use my table as an example. You've got JFK and Kurt Cobain. Sorry, JFK and Tom DeLonge arguing over aliens. Kurt Cobain in the background watching, and Gandhi's just going to be sat there, just absorbing. And then when it all goes away, he's going to drop in with a classic, just
the most profound thing. The most profound thing, and everyone's just going to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the biggest question is, what are you cooking now? So you've got this party. What are you cooking?
Well, I mean, they're all going to have to suck it up because I'm a vegetarian, so it's not going to be.
It's fine.
Going to be a meat, and I'm a terrible cook, so it's pizza is coming. In from...
I love pizza, and the vegan option pizzas at like Papa John's these days, and you know that what's that? Jackfruit.
Oh yeah, jackfruit. Yeah.
It's well nice. The drummer in my old band used to be is a vegan, so he used to feed me jackfruit. It's nice. Yeah, they're getting there with that.
I mean, the thing is like saying pizza, I suppose, is such a cliche, isn't it? Because it's like, oh, you're in a pop punk band, you must love pizza. It's just like, well, I mean, I like pizza about as much as the next guy. It just happens that I can't cook.
On my Facebook profile, it says pizza, curry, and sushi in that order.
Nice. Joe is a big sushi fan, so I suppose. Yeah.
Do love sushi. And the final question is, if you could go back in time and attend a gig, which one would it be? And I'm talking about a famous gig, like a super legendary one, like Queen at Wembley, that type of thing.
That's tricky, isn't it? I tell you what did look nuts, but I don't know if I'd want to go. And it's only because they were running it like over Christmas. There's a lot of Queen stuff on over Christmas. Just because you mentioned like obviously that like what's it called? Band-Aid looked insane.
Yes, that does look legendary.
Like, the original, like that looked absolutely mind blowing. Have you seen this? Was it When We Were Young festival that's going?
Yeah, that's I'm not sure.
Isn't that interesting one? I don't know, but I mean, if that comes off, that's one that you're going to want to see.
There's a lot of controversy around it, and I'm not entirely sure.
Well, the word Firefest has been thrown around a few times.
Yes, and that word, but I think there's a lot of bands, especially if My Chemical Romance and Paramore, Story of the Year, Atreyu. I'm just listing half the bands that I used to love. Story of the Year for me with the backflips they do. I really hope it comes off. Just for, I'd love to go to Las Vegas, but I'm just not going to get there. I just don't.
Listen, the pricing of the tickets is insane as well. It's one of those things, like, if you hadn't asked me the question, it probably would have been a thought that would have gone through my head, like, today or another day. It's like, oh, I wish I'd been there, wouldn't it? That, like, you'd hear a song and be like, wouldn't it have been great to be at their big show sort of thing? You know what? I think it would have had to have been, like, one of the, just for some of the influences we've got, surely all of the bands that I listed earlier on must have been at one of the Reading and Leeds lineups of like the early to mid 2000s.
Absolutely.
It would have been really cool to have been.
I think around 2002, 2003.
Yeah. Or one of the Warped tours. One of the Warped tours.
I think you'd probably have buzzed off one of the Warped tours. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it would have been something. But there's quite a few English, like you mentioned Feeder. I like Feeder as well. They're a fucking really good band. Like,
it's been some great.
Severely underrated considering how much chart success they had.
Exactly. No, absolutely. There we go. So, and the final thing I'm going to ask you is, tell me a funny story from a tour you've done.
Right. There's just some shit you just can't talk about because I can't believe I've seen it.
Everybody says,
you know what I mean? It's nothing we've been involved in, but I've just been stood there going, I can't believe I'm seeing this. there's a weird one actually.
Oh, I like weird. Come on, let's do it.
We're in Whitchurch. We're in Whitchurch, and I come in to the support band we're on, and I come in to. I've just been doing vocal warm-ups, so I just come into the room and just come in at the back just to watch what's going on. Now, our match is at the back on the stand. And then I said to the support band, I said, put your merch, just put your, like when we were setting up, I was like, put your merch up next to ours. And then, nah, they'd already come in and set it up like on a little table on the floor. I was just like, oh, dude, it's just like, there's plenty of room on there. We'll shift over. You put your stuff up there with ours. There's lights and shit on there.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't want it. I was just like, well, I can only ask, I can only offer it so many times.
No,
like,
you've done your bit.
It's there, please, you're welcome to it. And there's this guy, and they've got a box of their, and this guy's just bent over like this, and these two guys was like, is that your merch? He's like, no, ours is there. And they're just like, oh, blah blah. I couldn't hear what they said to me because it's obviously band's playing as loud. And I turn around and look at this guy again, and I thought he was rummaging through to find out what t-shirt he would want, or he might have been trying to steal something. So I kept an eye. Next thing he just throws up in the merch box.
Oh,
and I was just like, when you stood there and you're just like, I can't believe I've just witnessed this. It's just like, I was like, who the fuck do I grab right now? So like, luckily security came and escorted him out, and the band, like the gentleman, like when he outside obviously sobered up in the cold, they kept him on. They offered to pay for anything that he ruined and damaged. But that was a weird one.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
That's a great story. That's a brilliant story. No.
Yeah, like once again, it didn't happen to us, but I stood there witnessing it, and I was just like, okay, that happens.
It's like I'm going to erase that from my memory, most of my memory, keep it in the back for a day.
Yeah, and until this very interview comes up, and I suddenly have it all come flooding back.
Scott, no,
I'm trying to think. That's probably the weirdest one recently. There's been some funny stuff.
We'll save it for the next time you come on. We'll do it again.
Oh, did I pass the test?
Absolutely. You passed the test with flying colours, Scotty. Listen, as soon as you wanted cut gravy on chips, you'd won. But I had to keep you dangling. You got to keep the fishing rod. My
heart has been going like this. I was just like, Dan hates me.
Don't say that to me. I don't like to hurt people. No, that's great. So final thing before we close it out. So we've got the album coming out this year, which you can't say the name of or anything right now.
Very soon. Very soon.
Very soon. So the pre-orders will be going up soon, guys. So
yeah, absolutely.
What's the plan for this year? So you're touring the next couple of months. I've got a couple more blocks. Is there any way are you going anywhere exciting?
You know what? Yeah. We got some really cool stuff lined up, which was so like I say, this whole experience with Slackrr.
Can you give me
just so humble and so thankful to be able to do what we're doing. It's just something that we're just you treasure it forever, whatever way it goes. And we've got some really cool stuff coming up. We only put like 2 months worth of tour dates out at a time, so it's like our tour is kind of ongoing since like 2018. We've not stopped. So then, the
on tour forever, never take it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I hope it continues because we're having a blast, and we hope everyone else is. We're doing Rebellion Festival, which is going to be amazing. So we're really looking forward to that. Hard Rock Hell Festival, we're doing that 15th anniversary, and funny enough, I don't know if I'm supposed to say or not, but
say it.
We're doing the after party as well, which Skindred did last year.
Yes, awesome.
So we're doing that. So it's the spoilers there. So dead excited about that as well. I don't think, from the looks of it with COVID, I don't know if we'll get over to Europe this year.
Yeah, and what about the States? Any chance of the States?
I can't say yet.
Yes, they're going to the States, guys, but he can't say it. But he's got.
I don't know.
He's got States.
I don't know.
It's like I can't say it, but yes.
I can't say it.
That's right, no. Awesome.
Maybe. There's another big festival that I think we're allowed to announce, but I'm not sure because they haven't said. I did ask them.
Okay, mate. No, you give me a couple of nibbles there, so save some for other people. That's fine. I respect you for that one. So thank you. So
no. I was probably in so much trouble now. It's going to be great.
No, it's fine. Give them my email address and I'll sort them out. And I'll just say it was all me. Blame me.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Right.
I can't stand people hating me, and I don't like it when they shout at me.
No, yeah, Scotty, no one's going to shout at you. Trust me. No one's going to shout at you.
I'm going to get off here right now. I'm going to get a call from the label and management's like, the fuck? we can hear you. We're watching
you. Hear everything. Yes. Even in Dubai, it's like, yeah. I've checked my room for bugs. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool. What's the weather like in Dubai, by the way? Let me ask you a question. How is it?
It's 6 o'clock here, so it's about 25. It's about 24, 23 degrees, mate. It's sunny all. It's literally it's sunny all year around here. We had a couple of days of rain, or like a couple of, and literally everything comes to the taxis can't drive. The Deliveroo comes to a grinding halt. No one can operate. Everyone sees a puddle and they go, "Oh my god, I can't drive in it!" You know, the world just comes to a crashing halt. So it's, you know, it's not designed, but it's been nice to be. It's weird. You know, I've been here for just coming up to 5 months, and it's great. So no, I enjoy it, and it's a nice climate, it's a nice atmosphere, and it's safe.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah,
maybe Slackrr will come to.
Well, I mean, as you know, here in the UK, wherever you are, I mean, especially up north. We're, you know, or even down south here, we're thankful if we see a puddle because that means it hasn't been snow or sheet ice.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I don't miss the snow. I do not miss the snow, so I don't.
Oh man, I can't, like people like. I mean, we had one gig snowed off last year in Sheffield, and I mean that just annoyed me because we were so close to getting in there, and they couldn't open the venue because, like, as you know, with Sheffield, it kind of goes down.
Yeah, it's on top of a hill, so it doesn't. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then and then they couldn't get I don't think even the trams weren't running. No one can get in.
No.
And so the promoter literally was just like, "Scotty, really sorry." Like, and we did the rescheduled show, which was amazing. Sunday just gone, and that was crazy. Like, so literally looked at the floor afterwards. There's so much drink spilt on the floor from like people just jumping around moshing. And it was crazy. It was really good. And I was just like, I don't want to slip on that one because I never go off the side of the stage. I literally will always try and go down through the people and just hang out and just be like, how's it going? And you just chat with people. So I literally looked, and I was just like, well, I don't want to fucking slip on that.
My vans are now. We have to buy some new vans.
Oh, you know what? Those vans were ruined a long time ago.
Okay. Oh, well, get yourself now you've got a record, you can buy yourself a new pair.
Actually, funny enough, my parents always get me a pair for Christmas because they're just like, well, they're literally like, we got you some shoes because we know what's going to happen.
No, that's good. No, awesome. Right, Scott, I'm going to wrap it up, mate. You've been brilliant. Honestly, I've had a great time. It's been great chatting.
I've had a great time as well. Thank you so much.
Mate. Honestly, thank you very much for coming on. Thanks for fitting me in on your day off. You've got a really busy year. I'm looking forward to the new album coming out. I'm looking forward to you guys growing and getting bigger. And I really, really have enjoyed you coming on the show today. So good luck, stay safe, and I will see you soon.
Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Always. Bye-bye.
Take care.